Here I am with Allison Hornak. Did I say it right?
You did.
Thank goodness. And we are at the Rocky Neck, well, this is the Kismet Wharf, and it's the Goeteman Residency.
It is, yes.
I got it right again. We're 2 for 2. You are the first artist of the season here. You will be spending a month here creating. And can you explain to me what your type of medium is and what you think it was that the people that reached out to you and had you on board as the first artist, what they saw in you?
My medium is mixed media. I'm pretty indiscriminate with my materials right now. I fluctuate back and forth between collage and sculpture, and recently the heavier emphasis has been on sculpture. I believe why I was accepted as the first resident here is my proposal is such that I'm interested in how material can relate to nature, and I'm interested in pushing my use of material to comment in a more, I don't want to say politically, but in a more protest-like fashion about the state of our environment. And I find that Gloucester specifically, for some of the innovations in its environmental philosophy has been lately, is receptive to that right now.
Wow, well, I think that you nailed that pretty well. You couldn't get a more, I don't think, maybe there's not another community that fits that profile. So maybe it was a marriage between community and artist that was meant to be. There's Kismet, and you're at Kismet Wharf. Think of all that. How's that? Put that in a bowl and mix it up.
Yeah, well, you have industry right in the middle of a harbor right here, so you have tons of man-made materials alongside beach and ocean. So you have a clash between where I'm interested in where is the division between a natural organic material and an industrial man-made material, because at some point it's all nature. So that's very interesting to me. So obviously a harbor would be a good spot to think about that.
I guess it would. Sure would. Now, why don't you give us a little bit of background about yourself, where you grew up and where you studied your craft?
I grew up in Southern Connecticut. I'm from Newtown. I went to school from 2005, graduated in 2010 from Montserrat College of Art down in Beverly. And for the past 3 years I've been back in Connecticut working various jobs. I've been in and out of various museums in New England, trying some administrative work in the arts, trying to hold various studios in the area, and continuing to be a visual practicing artist. And for the past year I just got serious again about making collages and working with my hands, and the Goeteman Artist Residency is the first real step in a couple years in terms of getting out there and showing my work and engaging critically in some kind of artistic debate again.
How did you find out about the Goeteman Residency?
It was recommended to me by a faculty member at Montserrat who's familiar with the area.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. That would make sense. Well, why don't you describe your pieces over here? And these are things that have influenced you?
These are some of my more recent pieces. They were made this year in 2013. This piece is called Hurricane, and the materials are particle board or plywood, pine, acrylic paint, cardboard down here. This is a combination of acrylic medium, acrylic paint, and trash bags.
Oh, trash bags too. Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of different materials.
Yeah, and so I'm really interested in how I can get imagery to combine with sculpture, and to get imagery to mean something just as much as the material that's making up the image. So for example, I love the fact that there's trash bags in here, and it looks kind of, you can't really distinguish it from the paint. The trash bag is really painterly. To me, there's an image of something swirling, there's an image of something storm-like, and yet the colors, it's inviting, it's almost looks edible. It's in this box, which looks like a house. It also could look like a gift in some ways. There's different images bleeding into one another. That this piece was very significant for me in that respect.
Very cool. You know, people should come down here and visit you because once you explain that, it takes on a whole different meaning. You know what I mean? It's amazing. So now, and this piece right here.
This is called Sans Tar. This is a lot of different things at once as well. The thing I was most interested in was, again, combining different materials into one piece. So just briefly, there's ash up here, there's cardboard, there's spray paint, there's acrylic, pine. These are aerosol paint chips that I peeled off of a graffiti wall and broke apart. Obviously concrete, and spray paint and acrylic down here, and acrylic underneath as well. So just using all of these different, again, industrial, man-made, and yet organic materials from nature, things that indicate destruction and decay, yet things that are meant for building at the same time. I was interested in creating just a unique shape based off of these materials that's also a reflection of our place, our point in the environment as well.
Very cool, very cool. So at the Kismet Wharf here, your hours are going to be, you're going to hold semi-regular hours, or?
I'll be open Friday through Sunday pretty much all day. My doors will be open, as well as during the week. Right now I think 12 to 4.
Well, the point is, like, if the doors are open, that means you're open. Please come on in. And if the door, you're not going to be holed up here the whole time because you want to explore the area, and that's going to be part of your creative process. So again, if the doors are open, come by. Now, behind you, why don't you explain what we're looking at over here?
This is the first step into what I'll be working on here at Rocky Neck. It's obviously a large-scale sculpture. I've gone a little bit larger than what I've been working on simply because I have more space.
Is it intimidating to work larger than, or is it just scale?
I mean, it is scale to a certain degree in terms of intellectually, and again, just thinking about the sculpture as a final image. It's just a matter of scale, but in terms of stamina and energy and time management, it's a really big challenge as well, because there's something just practical about working bigger. And as well, the materials I like to work with, they're conducive to working small, and getting really malleable and detail oriented. This just presents more of a challenge because there's more surface area. But again, I start with a shape. I start from a place of drawing. I'm really interested in this shape and how it relates to the area culturally and historically. I think of this right now as multiple things, kind of like hurricane. It's an eye. Could be a shell, could be a scallop shell that I might render once it's painted into, like a scallop shell that's opening up. It's like the silhouette of one. And yet at the same time, I'm interested in constructed materials, something that's more along the lines of the aesthetics of protest. So we have, basic construction, pine, wood, screws. That's kind of where I'm starting from, and then I'll be incorporating imagery and more materials from Rocky Neck and the harbors into the painting process on top of it. I kind of just think of this as my canvas.
Well, what's kind of cool is, that's, you're not used to working there, but you're in a place coming to Gloucester where there are, if you can't open your mind here, then you probably have a problem anyway.
Yes.
So the challenge is probably one that you're relishing, and just the community here probably very supportive, and we're happy to have you. We'll be checking in with you as it goes on. Do you have a website where people can see your work?
I do. It's Allison Hornak, my name, .tumblr. So it's ALLISONHORNAK.tumblr.com.
All right, well, we'll link to it on the blog. We'll put it right underneath this video for people to check your work out. And we wish you nothing but the best of luck. Do you have anything you'd like to close with?
Just that I'm proud. I'm really honored to be in Gloucester. The first thing I noticed, obviously, when I was driving up were the 3 huge wind turbines. I haven't been in the area in 3 years. I saw those as a complete breath of fresh air. I was just moved and very proud of the area for doing something like that. It's in line with what I'm trying to incorporate thematically into my work. So when I saw those for the first time, I knew I was in the right place. So I'm very proud of Gloucester for the directions it's moving in environmentally.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for everything. If the doors are open, come say hi, right?
Please.
All right. Be well. Thank you, Allison.
Thank you.